certainly undervalued, dramatically undervalued by the medical community and the mental health community.
How does hypnotherapy work in your life?
In my life,
Yeah.
as I said, I can see and I'm walking. So what hypnosis has given me is an ability to really have a much better relationship with my body, a much better relationship with my emotional reality, the ability to build successful chunks of achievement into my future. It's given me the ability to rebound from anything bad that happens in a much, much faster way. In short, it's basically given me a degree of control over how I live. It's really, I can't imagine living without it now.
How would you do it to yourself? Like, would you just talk to yourself and kind of go through everything, or?
Not necessarily. I'm a certified instructor of self-hypnosis, and the way I teach it, and there are many different ways, is to take control of your breathing and through a process of progressive relaxation to deepen your relaxation and be ready to give yourself suggestions worded in a particular way. So, do I do self-hypnosis? Yeah, all the time. I'm always in trance.
Now, when you're doing hypnosis, would you be listening to music to calm yourself down, or?
I can do it that way.
Yeah.
I can listen to subliminal tapes, or I can just be in a crowded place in the middle of a shopping mall and go.
And do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can do it anywhere.
Wow, that would be really neat.
There are places where doing hypnosis is contraindicated, driving, for example, or operating heavy machinery. So if you're doing that now, and you find my voice hypnotic, please stop listening to me and focus on the job you're supposed to be doing or the road.
Sure. Oh, for sure. I don't know. It helps me to drive, though. I guess this is getting off topic, but it helps me to drive when I sing. I get, like, less freaked out when something happens if I'm singing.
Right.
Which is good. But anyways.
Have you ever had a time when you weren't freaked out?
Yeah, every once in a while.
So if you
I'm
can
constantly, like, anxiety.
So if you can anchor that reality, that time when you were feeling, and you remember when it was, that you were feeling calm, and you can remember what you were seeing, what you were feeling, what you were hearing.
Well, you know what? There's that commercial. It's a guy driving down a long stretch of highway on his own, and it must have been in Australia because there's kangaroos hopping on the side of the road.
As they do.
As they do. And he was like, this is it. This is the perfect moment. Like, everything was in sync with everything was in sync with him and with everything that was going around him. And instantly, he says, this is perfect. Like, this is the perfect moment. And then he's like, oh, what am I having for supper? And then it completely goes away, right? And honestly, I don't have many of those. Like, the perfect moment.
You don't need many to make the change. You need to be able to identify one. And if you can identify one and revivify it and then anchor it, then you can generate that state in different contexts. And it's not difficult to do. It's not difficult to do at all. It takes minutes to train you how to do it, at which point the next time you're in a stress environment, you fire off the anchor, you will stimulate the physiology of the relaxed state. So problem solved. That's not a heavyweight intervention. That's kind of a 101 for NLP.
So, may I ask, when you were doing a session, again, going back to television, because this is all I know, people, they go to sleep during hypnosis, and then they wake up.
Nobody goes to sleep during hypnosis.
No.
The reality of that is that we give the instruction to sleep, but we also pre-frame it by saying that this isn't sleep like you go to bed sleep. This is a hypnotic sleep. And the best way to imagine it is that time in the morning when you are half awake and thinking about how you don't really want to get up, but you're not really asleep and you're not really awake. You are in that state, or a facsimile of that state in hypnosis when I say go to sleep. Or deeper.
Do you remember?
Yes, you can. Depends how deeply you go and what the instruction of the hypnotist is, or what the agreement is, or how much of a control freak people are. But it's possible to remember everything. And in some cases, it's simply not necessary to remember everything.
Wow.
Or desired, for that matter.
Yeah.
You know, if you're reliving an abuse case from when you were a child, then what we're looking to do is clean out the negative energy from that experience, give you increased clarity and resolution and healing, and then return you to your life without the baggage. So having some extended, vivid recall of that afterwards wouldn't be necessary. In fact, in some cases, selective amnesia can be a real blessing.
Wow.
as any war veteran will tell you.
Who was your mentor for this?
I have more mentors than I could possibly shout out in one show, but some that spring to mind. I'm very influenced by the work of Richard Bandler. I'm very influenced by the work of Steve Parkhill in Florida. I'm very influenced by the whole school of Tad James in Vegas and Stephen Shea Chafatel. I'm influenced by the work of Andy Austin in England. I'm influenced by the work of Jürgen Rasmussen. I'm influenced by the work of Adam Eason in England, the cognitive behavioral therapy section. I got a long list.
Oh, wow.
Kevin Hogan on influence, Jerry Kine on ultra heights, Jim Ramey on ultra depth.
Have you met any of your mentors?
I have many of them, not all of them.
Not all of them, yeah.
I don't need to. The transmission of their expertise to me is pretty profound.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We're all hypnotists, right? So
Yeah.
we've got tools and tricks.